Good morning, students. Today we will start the topic of recursion in Python. First of all, what is recursion? Recursion has been taken from the word recur or recurring or recursive, recurring or reoccur, which occurs again and again, repeating a task. So till now we have done loops, for loops and while loops for repeating a particular task, and we can iterate into a list or a sequence, etc. Means iterate means we can go to each and every element of the list by using range operator and something like that. Recursion is something different. It is making repetition of a task but in a different manner. Means recursion, it is used basically for functions. When a function calls itself, it is recursion. If the function will call itself, then it will become a loop, rather an infinite loop. We will not be able to come out of this. So we must have something so that we can come out of it. Take journal example, like we go for a recurring account in bank. So recurring accounts are like we deposit a fixed amount of money in our account every month for a fixed number of months, and when those months are over, we get the total amount along with some interest amount in our account. So every month when we will be called or we will be debited with the amount of deposit, amount of money for a recurring account, the system might have some if statement which will check whether the number of months for which we have opened the recurring account is over or not. If there are still months left, it will ask for another payment from us. And if number of months are over, it will not ask and it will close our account. Similarly, one more example I have quoted in your notes. For example, we have to eat a piece of food which is there on a plate. So what we will do, we will again and again eat small bites of food so that it is complete. So we have a last condition, that we will go on eating the bites of the food till the plate is finished. Okay, so the end goal is to eat the entire plate of food. We must have an end goal. Till then, we will repeat the process and we must have it. If we do not fix the last condition, we will not be able to come out of this. And this is the main thing in recursion. If you understand this, you will be able to make programs in recursion very well. Okay, so you are doing this for every byte, evaluating that you should take another one to reach the goal. Every time, for example, you will check whether whether the food is there on the plate or not. If it is, you will repeat the task. If it is not, you will leave the work. Okay, now what is the definition of recursion? Now recursion involves a process calling itself in the definition. When we call a function, when the function calls itself, it is called recursion. So the recursion has two components. The thing we were discussing till now is the base case. The base case is the condition, the if statement. Normally it is if statement which will help us to come out of that recursion. Okay. The base case, it is a condition that determines when the recursive function should stop. And the second thing is recursion itself, means we are calling that function again and again. Okay, caution, it is the same, that when the function is calling itself, there must be a base condition along with the decrement statement. Decrement statement means it must take it to the minimum so that we come out of that, to avoid an infinite loop. Otherwise we will stuck into a infinite loop. When the function is calling itself again and again, हम उसी में घूमते रह जाएंगे, हम उससे बाहर नहीं निकल पाएंगे. Okay, now we will take an example, take a program. This is the simplest program normally used whenever recursion is made understood to the students. Find factorial of a number using recursion. We know what is factorial. If we want to find the factorial of, suppose, number 3, we will multiply 3 into 2 into 1 and we will get 6. So starting from the number up till 1, we will multiply all the numbers, all the natural numbers, and we will find out the factorial. So suppose we have to find the factorial of n. N is the number which is maybe supplied by the user at the time of calling it. So this is our base condition. We know the factorial of 1 is 1. So if the number is 1, return 1. Return means we will come out. Whenever a return statement is encountered in a function, we come out of the function immediately. So this condition, this base condition will help us to come out of the loop immediately, to come out of this function immediately. Otherwise, if n is not equal to 1, means n might be more than 1, then what we will do? We will multiply n, whatever the number is, with, this is the recursive call, factorial of n minus 1. Okay, now how it will work? See this. If we want to calculate factorial of 3, suppose I have given call to this function by calling factorial of 3. So first time 3 is not equal to 1. Let me do this like this. Okay. Factorial of 3. So this condition will not meet if n is equal to 1. So factorial of 3, first time it will say return n into factorial of n minus 1. So n is 3. 3 into factorial of n minus 1 will be 2. 3 into factorial of 2. Okay, first time ये हो जाएगा. Next time again 2 factorial of n minus 1 means now n is reduced to 2. So again factorial of n minus 1, this function is again called with n equal to 2. पहले 3 से कॉल हुआ, अब 2 से कॉल हो रहा है. 2 के लिए फिर चेक करेंगे if n is equal to 1, no, else में आ गए. Now n is now 2. So 3 is already multiplied, 2 भी multiply हो जाएगा into factorial of n minus 1. Now it will be 1. So now it will again call, the same function will be called again with n equal to 1. Now as n is equal to 1, this condition will meet. So we will be able to come out. If n is equal to 1, return 1. So it will return 1 where? It will return 1 here. Because यहाँ से हमने इसको कॉल किया था, यहाँ पे 1 आ जाएगा, 1. ठीक है, ये देखिए यहाँ पे 1 आ गया. 3 into 2 ऑलरेडी हमें मिल चुका था. लास्ट कॉल से हमें 1 आंसर मिल गया, सारा मल्टीप्लाई किया एंड वी गेट 6 आउट ऑफ इट. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ द रिकर्जन गोज. इसका एक ये पिक्चर भी मैंने लिया था, इससे समझने की कोशिश करो. When n is equal to 3, हमने 3 से फंक्शन को कॉल किया, n को 3 लिया. If 3 is equal to 1, return 1. This condition is not meeting. This condition is false. So we go to else. Return 3 into fact of 2. Fact of 2 means n minus 1 किया तो 2 आ गया. Fact of 2 से immediately ये, इससे immediately ये यहाँ आ गया. Means दोबारा से फंक्शन कॉल हो गया with n equal to 2. 2 equal to 1? No. We come to else. Again in else, 2 into fact of 1. Again the function is called with this line. Again the function is called recursive call, fact of 1. When fact of 1 encounters, we get 1 equal to 1 and we return 1. So when we return 1, we come back from where we have called it, here. So यहाँ पे आंसर मिल जाएगा हमें 1. यहाँ से हमें आंसर मिल जाएगा 2 into 1, 2. तो यहाँ पे आंसर क्या चला जाएगा? 2. इसका फैक्ट ऑफ 2 का 2. एंड देन 3 into 2, 6. तो ये फंक्शन हमें क्या रिटर्न करेगा? रिटर्न टू मेन क्या करेगा? 6. This is how the recursion is going on. Okay. Now factorial of 5, in the same way it will calculate from 5. 5 into fact of 4, 5 into 4 fact of 3, 2, 1, और फिर 1 से शुरू होके वो आगे 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 वापस जा जाके एंड में हमें रिजल्ट 120 दे देगा. Now why we are using recursion? What are the advantages or disadvantages of recursion? Only theoretical. You have to learn it for your theoretical answers. What are advantages? It makes our program easier to write. Okay, and the code is readable. It is compact. The code is compact, very small, reduces the line of code. Okay, these are the advantages of recursion. Otherwise, each and every program that you are writing with recursion can always be made without recursion also. Factorial हमने without recursion बनाया है. आगे मैं आपको एक assignment दिखा रही हूँ, वो भी हमने without recursion already programs बना चुके हैं हम, but we can make them with recursion also. Okay. So this is a powerful tool, otherwise, which is being used by programmers for complex programming. And what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages are All problems cannot be solved with recursion. Some specific problems can be solved with recursion. For example, there is a big clause that there must be a if statement which controls the infinite condition of this recursion. If it is this type of thing we cannot put into our programming, we cannot use recursion. Okay. If you the same answer, the same line is written in second point. If you do not define the base case, then the code would run indefinitely. So this is the main error that the programmers used to do when they use recursion. Okay, debugging is difficult because recursive function is calling itself again and again. So it is normally very difficult to understand, and debugging becomes difficult. Okay, memory overhead, because when we are calling recursive functions again and again, the memory is being wasted every time. So normally एक stack use होता है. Stack हम जब data structures पढ़ेंगे तो करेंगे. Stack is a last in first out type list. तो जब वो पढ़ेंगे तो रिकर्जन दोबारा थोड़ा सा आएगा कि रिकर्जन को स्टैक के थ्रू इम्प्लीमेंट किया जाता है, तो मेमोरी थोड़ी ज्यादा यूज होती है इसमें. ओके, so these are the advantages and disadvantages of recursion. You will note down all these things, all these notes in your notebook, and revise it for the coming test assignment. I have solved these programs for you. What you have to do is you just open the Python online compiler, or if you are having Python installed in your system, that is very good. You just type these programs and find out the results. Okay, and try to understand the complexity and understand the functionality of these programs. First is sum of n numbers. Sum of n numbers using recursion. Otherwise, we can find out sum of n numbers using loop. Here we will use it. We will not be using loop. We will be using recursion. How? हम मेन से पढ़ना शुरू करेंगे. इसे हमने मेन फंक्शन बनाया, नंबर एंटर करवाया, कितने टर्म्स को ऐड करवाना है. इफ इट इज लेस देन 0 वी विल से कि कोई पॉजिटिव नंबर ऐड करो अगर नंबर्स ऐड करवाने हैं. अदरवाइज प्रिंट हमने यहाँ से फंक्शन को कॉल किया है, एक बार कॉल किया है, रेकर सम में हमने नम भेज दिया. यहाँ से हम फंक्शन में आ गए. ये हमारा रेकरिंग फंक्शन है. ओके, हमने n भेज दिया, जितने नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स को हमने सम करके प्रिंट करना है, नेचुरल नंबर्स को प्रिंट करना है. नाउ इफ n इज लेस देन इक्वल टू 1, रिटर्न n. इस प्रिंट को फिलहाल छोड़ दो, रिटर्न n. ओके, इफ n इज लेस देन इक्वल टू 1, रिटर्न n, बिकॉज व्हेन n विल बी इक्वल टू 1, the sum of term 1, if it obviously these are natural numbers, so it will be 1 only. Okay, otherwise this is, leave this print statement, just see this. Otherwise we will return n plus sum n minus 1. like factorial में last number जैसे 3 था और 3 minus 1 को हमने कॉल में भेज दिया था, ऐसे ही हमने प्लस लगा दिया. यहाँ पे जो नंबर है वो उसमें प्लस कर देना है, वही रेकरिंग सम में उससे एक नंबर कम को. ठीक है, सो फर्स्ट टाइम सपोज जैसे इस आउटपुट में दिखाया गया है, फर्स्ट टाइम अगर हमने 7 नंबर्स दिए हैं तो पहली बार 7 ले लेगा यहाँ पे, 7 प्लस रेकर ऑफ 6, देन 6, 7 प्लस 6 प्लस रेकर ऑफ 5, 7 प्लस 6 प्लस 5 प्लस रेकर ऑफ 4, and so on. When it will call record of 1, it will return 1, and then one by one it will return to the previous calls, and finally we will get the sum 28. Now what this print statement is for, I have just tried to print these numbers. Just I wanted that it should not print directly sum equal to 28. So I made this that it should show how all these terms are added. उसके लिए मैंने एक ये वाली प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट ऐड की है और एक ये वाली ऐड करी है. आप इसको छोड़ सकते हो, ओमिट कर सकते हो. सिंपली यहाँ से जब प्रिंट होता है सम इज 28, वो यहीं से प्रिंट हो रहा है. तो आप इन दोनों लाइंस को सिर्फ इस लाइन के लिए रखा है मैंने, आप इसको छोड़ भी सकते हो अगर आपको ना समझ आए तो. अदरवाइज इट इज गिविंग ब्यूटिफिकेशन टू योर प्रोग्राम. ईच एंड एवरी टर्म इज बीइंग शोन हाउ दे आर एडेड. Okay, this was the first program, sum of natural numbers. The second program is Fibonacci series. We have done it in 11th class. Fibonacci series is when the term is addition of previous two terms. The first two terms are always 0 and 1. The third term is addition of previous two, 0 plus 1. Then 2 is 1 plus 1, 3 is 2 plus 1, 5 is 3 plus 2, and so on. Okay, so this is a fixed Fibonacci series. We have to print it using recursion. इसको आपने एक बार खुद समझ के देखना है, और अगर आपको कोई डाउट हुआ तो मैं इसको सिस्टम पे कंपाइलर में आपको चला के दिखा दूंगी. जस्ट रिवर्ट मी, मुझे रिस्पॉन्ड करना अगर आपको ये ना समझ आए. एक बार इसको ट्राई करना खुद. और तीसरा प्रोग्राम सिंपल है, पावर ऑफ अ नंबर. वी हैव मेड इट यूजिंग फंक्शन ऑल्सो. पावर ऑफ अ नंबर मैंने आपको फंक्शंस में भी दिया था, अब मैं आपको रिकर्जन में भी दे रही हूँ. इट इज वेरी सिंपल. इसको भी आपने एक बार खुद ट्राई करना है. इसमें हम हर बार एक्सपोनेंट को एक कम कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, नंबर वही रहेगा, एक्सपोनेंट एक एक रिड्यूस होता रहेगा और फाइनली जब एक्सपोनेंट 1 आ जाएगा तो वही नंबर रिटर्न हो जाएगा. ठीक है, तो इन तीनों प्रोग्राम्स को समझ के कंपाइलर में एक बार चला के उसका आउटपुट चेक करना है. एंड स्टिल इफ यू हैव सम डाउट्स, जस्ट रिवर्ट टू मी and we will do something so that we can understand this topic very well. This recursion is of 4 marks in your CBSE papers. So please do it seriously. इसका एक प्रोग्राम आता है, 3 हमने कर लिए हैं, और भी मैं कोशिश करूंगी मुझे CBSE पेपर से कुछ सैंपल मिल जाए, कोई और प्रोग्राम भी अगर आता है तो 4 मार्क्स का एक सिंगल प्रोग्राम आता है. तो इनको कैसे भी करके आपने लर्न करना है, समझना है, ट्राई करना है, बार बार लिख के देखना है, so that you cram these programs because they will give you 4 marks directly. Okay, thank you beta, thank you so much.